What is going on, guys? Welcome in. Let's talk some college football here in the summertime. Let's dive in a little bit into the national championship team from last year, Ohio State. It's early in the summer, but why don't we just take a look and see what do we expect them to look like this year? Again, thanks for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's only early May, guys. We already got the college football juices flowing. We're obviously coming off a fantastic college football betting season for us last year over at goldminesports.com. I'll have football packages up this year very soon, so be on the lookout for that. I know a lot of you are itching to get back. So let's just talk some Ohio State very briefly. I'm going to do this on a number of the teams this year, at least in the Power Four conferences. So let's look at what happened to them this offseason. Okay. Starting on the offensive side of football. OC Chip Kelly, he left. That's a big deal, right? He was instrumental to their success last year. New OC Hartline steps in. Now, I'm going to assume Julian Sayin is going to be the guy behind center this year for Ohio State. I think they're going to want to throw the ball more this year, and they should. They have some weapons downfield with Jeremiah Smith, with Tate, with Ennis. They got Claire from the portal. They have an abundance of weapons for this kid, Sam. Big shoes to fill, though. I mean, again, Chip Kelly has left. Now, QB saying, what's there to know about him? Former five-star recruit for Ohio State, really quick release for a quarterback. Generally pretty accurate from what I've seen with the football, so it's easy to see why Ohio State loves him. His arm strength it's okay. It's not great, but I think it's good enough. Not a big kid, though. A little over 6 feet, maybe 200 pounds, so can he hold up over a long season taking hits? Who knows? Time will tell, but it could be a concern if he can withstand those hits or not. Not much behind him in the quarterback room, so this looks like it's going to be his team as far as I can tell right now here in, early May as we record this. How fast will this kid come around? Who knows? I mean, week 1, they take on Texas. That's a title contender right there. So he's being thrown to the wolves here in week 1. So how fast can we expect to see his potential? Time will really tell. Ohio State may need to be patient with him, and so will the fan base. Now, good news for him is the offensive line looks really good for Ohio State again this year. They have a lot of experience coming back thanks to all the injuries that they had last year on the offensive line. They landed a really good offensive lineman from, I believe it was Rice in the portal as well, who I think will be a big get for him. Some thought he could go pro last year and get drafted. He didn't do that. He came back and Ohio State scooped him up. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because I can't. It's like Oniwana, something like that. Huge kid, 6'6", 345 pounds, left tackle. Big get for them. He allowed 1 sack and 9 pressures and 341 potential opportunities against them last year for Rice. He was terrific. He was penalized 1 time the entire season. So the O-line should be a big strength again for Ohio State this year. Turn over to the running back room. Obviously, they lose Judkins. They lose Henderson this year. That's going to be a lot to replace. They're both in the NFL now. And it's going to be hard to replace that tandem. Right now, it looks like James Peoples might be your starter in that running back room. C.J. Donaldson, probably your backup. They got him from West Virginia. And true freshman Bo Jackson is there as well. Is the running back room going to be what it was last year? No, obviously not. But they should be fine, but massive shoes to fill here in the running back room, obviously. Receiver room. Hey, Jeremiah Smith, man, the guy's amazing. He's back. He's already NFL ready. Behind him, I think we're going to see some Brandon Ennis. Max Clare, like I said, was a great portal ad from Purdue. He should contribute right away in that receiving room. He was really good for Purdue. He was the only weapon they had. They still could not stop him, and he scored 4 touchdowns last year as well. Cardinal Tate will be big for them this year as well. Flip over to the defensive side of the football. Matt Patricia takes over the DC duties from Jim Knowles, who's now over at Penn State. So we have coordinator changes on both sides of the ball this year. That could be big. They're going to have to break in 8 new starters this year on the defensive side of the ball. All 4 of their linemen got drafted in the summer. They're really high on this linebacker, Peyton Pierce, who they have this year as well. So that's a name to keep an eye on. Secondary linebackers should be the strength of defense. If they have any area of concern, it's got to be on the defensive line. The depth just doesn't look as deep as it was last year. So if they have any injuries up front to the starters, could be a bit of a concern this year as they don't look as deep on the D-line this year as they did last year. They're going to need someone to step up here this year. I don't think at this point in the cycle that they're going to get any sort of, impact defensive tackle in the portal now. But anyway, overall, secondary looks to be really, really strong again, led by Caleb Downs. That's a name everyone's going to know if they don't know already. Looking at the schedule, though, it's it's not the easiest. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. They're at Michigan, they're at Washington, they're at Wisconsin. Those are not easy places to play. They get Texas week 1. They play Penn State. It can be a bit of a challenging schedule this year. Ohio State has never repeated as national champions. Can they? Well, they have the talent to do so, but it's really not going to be easy for them. But they are up there with Texas right now as the co-favorites to win it all this year. This should be another Ohio State team that gets into the playoffs. What they do beyond that, it's going to depend on the maturation of their young quarterback and how healthy they can stay on the defensive line, as it's not as deep as years past. So we'll see what transpires there. So there's a little rundown for you on Ohio State this year. If you like the video, if you like the content, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We'll be back with more. Again, don't forget to check out goldminesports.com. I will be dropping the football packages here shortly. So be on the lookout for those. Let's have another great season. OHIO for all the Buckeye fans.